Awesome. Welcome, everybody, one and all. Sorry so much for those technical difficulties. I was accidentally streaming to the wrong channel. But we're here now for you guys. Right here in the middle of the Champ Select. We've already got the 3 bands down on either teams. Looks like blue team going with the Alawi, the Rise band, and Morgana with her recent rework. I'm interested to see the Rise band. Haven't seen that in a while. I wonder why they're pulling that one out.
Yeah, I really like the Alawi band. You can tell that some of the players still from last week are a little bit concerned.
Yeah, absolutely. I think some people are still a little bit sore, if you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Then on the red side, we have the Viger, Master Yi, and Riven bands. All of those definitely really solid. I actually am surprised we haven't seen more Viger bands with how strong he's been lately.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm really looking forward to seeing Sejuani. I don't know exactly why, but Sejuani is one of my favorite champions. I don't play her. I just love to see her in the jungle. I don't know what it is about it, but it's maybe just that huge gank potential, and I don't know. It just always seems so strong.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got the Pyke pick coming out from Monarch Rab right now, and you can't fight the Pyke. You can't fight it.
No, I've seen so many games both on these Saturday nights and just other games I've spectated where Pyke is just an absolute monster. I mean, you're right. Not only can you not fight him, but you can't even be near him. This dude is just going to take your head, mount it over his fireplace.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's all the champions that have that like almost Cajun feel to them. So that Tom Kench, that Twisted Fate, and then now Pyke. I love that representation right there. So Hearthstone going to go with the Cho'Gath pick up top lane. We just got to hope he doesn't need too many people, and he should be easy to deal with.
Yeah, I'm going to be interested to see what they pick to go against that. Looks like Sylas.
Okay.
Ooh, we might see an ugly game here with Sylas.
It always seems like so like hit or miss with Sylas.
Absolutely.
I either see a Sylas just go 10-0, 10 minutes in, or they just fall flat on their face.
Yeah, and the thing with Sylas, even though he does have some utility with his ability to steal ultimates, he is really one of those champions where if you are not just rolling your lane, you're not going to have the biggest impact in the game.
Right. So they're playing a lot of get ahead champions.
Yeah. We'll see. They're going to have to really push this early game here, try to push out an advantage, and end the game as early as possible if they want to be able to take this.
Going to get the Ezreal ban and the Draven ban out already. I'm curious about the Ezreal ban, why that is, what particular, who doesn't want to play him.
I've heard Ezreal has been really strong in the latest patch. With I forget which item it is, but there's an item that you take on Ezreal. It's some mana item. It'll come to me in a minute. But you take that and it's game over basically. Another ADC ban coming in with the Jinx ban. Someone is afraid of the ADC.
It looks like they're all afraid of the ADCs. What was it last time? We had the support bans coming out last weekend, and now it looks like they're just going to try and shut down the ADCs.
Yeah, these the SAE community is not a fan of the bot lane, obviously.
No. They know the dangerous potential if the bot lane gets ahead. So Big Teddy Chu going to go into Nico. Interested to see. Definitely going to be a fun little mid lane fight. Or is that going to be, actually, I'm not exactly certain what lanes these guys are going to go. Got quite a bit of potential.
I'm going to put my money on the Nico support, if it were me.
ADC Nico, baby? All right.
Maybe,
yeah,
okay, all right.
And then we've got Ganasito going with the Soraka, so the banana thrower. And we do know her poke is just ridiculous.
It is if you use it. The problem you run into with Soraka is so many people want to play her passively as just an AFK heal bot. And if you do that, your lane is over. Although, Soraka with the Caitlyn, if they're able to really utilize the poke potential with the Soraka, they're going to be able to zone out this bottom lane so hard.
Right. And then we're going to see the Sivir by Mr. Wizard 4 here, just to try and counter that. And maybe it was the only ADC he had left in the pool. We're not actually sure.
I don't know, as many bans came out, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good. I mean they did pretty good at shutting down like the Vayne and the Draven. It looks like let's see, is that blue team? Yeah, it looks like the blue team really was just trying to shut down the carry supports. The ones like if they get ahead, it's impossible. I think that might have been their strategy here.
Yeah, I definitely think so. So it looks like blue team is definitely putting a lot of their hopes and dreams in the bottom lane here.
Right, right. All right, and so now we're going to go into the spectator delay right now. So
yeah, we're going to take this opportunity to do a little bit of a shameless plug here for SAE. If you guys haven't been keeping yourselves up to date with our social media, we are having an event coming up on the 30th of this month. It is going to be in Conway, Arkansas. We're doing a tandem throwdown game night. If you don't know what a tandem match is, if you weren't around for some of our earlier events, it's essentially a 1v1 with two players controlling each computer. So one person controlling the mouse, one person controlling the keyboard. It sounds crazy, and it is a crazy amount of fun to play. I played in the last tandem throwdown that we had. It was loads of fun. I actually almost won it, got a little bit over-aggressive, but it was a great time.
So I, before joining SAE, had never heard of the tandem throwdown. So I
Really?
thought it was a 2v2. So I was like, okay, it's going to be a 2v2. That's pretty cool. I don't see that as big a community for it, but that's cool. And then y'all explained to me what it was, and I was like, that sounds insane. That sounds just like absolute chaos.
It really is, and it's fun to watch. It's chaotic to watch. Man, that was one of the most intense moments I've ever had gaming. Was in the last tandem throwdown where me and my partner, we were just seconds away from securing the kill, and we tried to flash under tower with Ashe, and just barely were out of range of the enemy character. Took a tower shot to the face and threw it away. I had to put on another load of deodorant after that because, man, I was sweating.
I can definitely see that because I am a very, especially in CSGO, I'm the kind of person that's like, well, you know what? If I have to put the team on my back, I will. I cannot imagine putting that much faith in someone else's hand.
Exactly. It's like a trust fall, but with gaming.
Yeah, you really have to know that person to do it. Were people doing it live on the spot? Do you know? Do you know if people were just kind of making teams, or were they finding other players?
No, it was we announced it. So we did it sort of impromptu at one of our events, and we were like, "Hey, we're gonna do a tandem thing. Go find a partner." And people just buddied up, and we went for it, and it was a ton of fun.
I don't have enough faith in someone to do that. So if you guys don't know, we're Southern Amateur Esports, and our whole mission is to bring esports to the amateur esport community to the Southern region. So we're trying to give gamers an experience that you won't forget. All the pros get all the spotlight when they're up on those stages, and we get to see them. We get to see them in tournaments. We can go see them live, and we can see them on stream. But the thing is, we want to provide that experience to you. And so we have a Discord. I'm going to throw the link in chat right now. I don't know if any non-SAE guys are watching, but there it is right there. We have a website that we're going to be setting up to where you can look for group and you can be free agents, or you can make teams and you can see your stats live. So you can tell your friends you are the best player. All right. So that is the mission that we're trying to provide, and we're about to load into the game right now.
Absolutely. And Mythic and I are both very active on the Discord. Mythic maybe a little bit more so than I am. I'm a little bit of a slacker, but we're both on there, and we would love to interact with you guys more on there. Also, just so you guys know, for the Tandem Throwdown, we're doing League of Legends and Overwatch this time around as our games of choice. If you want more information for the location, the timings, all the good details, you can check out our social medias, Facebook and Instagram. We have this exact poster up on both of those. If you have any questions, of course, you can reach out to us on the Discord.
And man, the thing about it is, I saw that we were doing Overwatch, and it kind of made me interested. But I am so bad at Overwatch by myself, I could only imagine having to pull someone in to play as either the aimer or the mover, because I somehow got to ranked into silver with Ashe and with Zenyatta. Those are the only two I played, and somehow I got into silver when 3 out of 4 of my friends are bronze who play Overwatch.
Oh, that's amazing!
And they were pissed. And, and I could only imagine putting that kind of faith in someone.
So I wonder if playing with another person on the same computer, is it going to compensate for lack of skill, or is it going to just make it exponentially worse?
So I think the movement, I think it might be easier to be the aimer, but the problem is then you have also the shooter. But as far as like abilities and stuff, the person that controls the movement for the abilities in League is going to be able to kind of boss the other person around.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think is going to end up happening.
Yeah. So you definitely want to have your better player on the mouse, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, because then all you have to do is be like press E, and just scream at them until they get it.
All right, so pre-game predictions. Mythic, what do you think is going to happen here? How do you think this one's going to play out?
Ooh, this is going to be interesting. Let's see. I'm looking at the team lineup right now. I think blue team. I think blue team's going to pull ahead. Now, it just from the looks of the characters, and I am so bad at League, so it's kind of hard for me to make a good prediction here. But they have, let's see. It looks like they have more skins, so they get more wins. I think that's how that works in League.
Skin to win. Amen. I am going to give this one... It's close, but I am going to give the early game advantage to the red team. I think they have much better all-in potential here. I do think their bottom lane is going to have to watch out for the zoning and the poke potential and definitely respect that. But I think if red team is able to really grow a pair and just go all in, especially with that Sejuani, I think they might be able to pull out a really demanding lead here in the early game.
Looks like we're about to get started, but on that, one thing I have found that has been most effective is if in bronze you give them some respect and let them poke you a lot and kind of pull back to your tower in that early game.
Yeah.
If you're playing in bot lane, because I'm a support main, so if you give them that respect, and then as soon as they mess up and try and all in on you, you take it from them. You just rip it out of their hands, get a double kill. It shuts them down for the rest of the game. They have no idea what happened.
You know, I've had games, I used to be a support main myself, and I've had several games where you use that strategy, and somehow, and I still to this day have not figured out how it happened, but somehow the other team, or the other bottom laners, are able to come back without getting kills on us, without out-CSing us, somehow from a disadvantage, and be able to out-duel us 2v2 from full health. It confused the hell out of me. It was a Jinx, so maybe that's why they ended up banning the Jinx. Maybe there's something about this Jinx that I don't know.
I think so. And it looks like someone says, I have no idea what I'm watching, but let's go. I'm a Siege player. Okay, so if you want more representation for your game, because I play CSGO all the time, you need to let us know, and you need to get your friends in here. Because I am trying so hard to get us to do CSGO. And it looks like we have a DC really early on. We've got Rabadon going down.
Yep.
It looks like he's coming back in. Is that what I'm seeing right there?
Maybe they paused the game, so we might be seeing reconnect. Unless it's a little bit early in the game to rage quit, so hopefully he's coming back.
He got their champ select, and then he thought about it for a second. He was like, you know what?
No, this game's over.
Yeah.
We almost saw some plays being made up on the top side jungle. Pyke getting a hook there, and didn't turn into a whole lot. Both teams looking like playing pretty safe.
I think with Pyke it is very hard to get like really good hooks, but if you can land them, they're pretty good.
I don't know, from the Pikes I've watched, it looks, maybe they just make it look easy, but it looks to me like it's hard not to get a hook on him. I mean, the hitbox on that thing is crazy. Granted, I say that as a Thresh player, so I'm only a little bit salty.
Right. Right.
It looks like we were wrong, actually. We're going to see the Sylas going mid against Pyke, and Nico up in the top lane against Cho'Gath.
All right, and it looks like Rabadon just going to deal a little bit damage on Ganasito, and that's super crazy, the Pyke mid lane. I've seen it done, but I'm still weary on it.
I feel like he has the kit for it, though. Even though he's mostly a support, I feel like if you play him correctly, you know, you're not you don't make any stupid plays. I think his kit is strong enough and versatile enough to allow you to play in the mid lane.
Look at that Sylas going in right now onto the buy, but he's going to have to back off because the Pyke is throwing his spear.
He has Sejuani there to support if things got ugly, but they're going to end up backing off of that one. So it looks like early on our predictions may have been way off. Down here in the bot lane, we are seeing a little bit of some attempts to zone here, but definitely looks like red team is holding their own. Definitely really strong with their support there, giving a lot of tank, a lot of range potential, zone potential. In the mid lane, also Sylas pushing out an early advantage. Top lane up here, Cho'Gath. I mean, what can I say? He's a lane bully, and Nico is an assassin. I think she's playing smart here, trying not to get caught out. As I say that, she gets caught by an ability.
Immediately.
Actually, going to take a second real quick to fix the portraits here. One thing I remember from last time, when you have weird picks like this, the portraits get all messed up.
And it looks like Vi's going to come in for the gank right now on Nico. She's going to pop the clone, and she is going to get away. Perfect clone right there from Nico.
Absolutely beautiful ankle break.
Making sure that red team knows Vi's up here, and Sejuani is kind of going over to Krugs right now.
I'm kind of surprised that we haven't seen an all-in by red team's bottom lane with Vi getting spotted up top. Especially, they're not under tower. They're definitely not under a huge amount of threat. So it would have been a good time to do that. Definitely didn't a missed opportunity there.
I definitely think you were right when you were saying that that poke was going to be really strong, and I know red team knew it, so they're trying to play around it. And Sejuani is going to come up through the river and try to get a gank in on Cho'Gath, and we're going to see where it goes. She's going to brush in. She's going to try and get the stun off on him, but he's going to have to burn the flash, and Hurts Donut's going to live another day as Vi walks up the river.
That's definitely a good trade, though, for the red team. Even though they didn't get a kill off of that, they forced Cho'Gath to burn his flash, and not having any other movement abilities, that's going to hurt for the next 300 seconds. Especially with Nico being as mobile and deceptive as she is, Cho'Gath is in a really, really tight spot now.
And you can see Sylas going to go get that deep ward as Vi pushes in on mid lane, and it looks like he's just going to be able to get away to where she won't see him there.
Now, Dragon just came up a minute ago, so it's going to be interesting to see how both these teams play around it. It looks like red team definitely has the better ward control with the deep ward onto the Wraiths, as well as a river ward down by the bottom lane. Red team has the vision advantage down around Dragon, and let's see if they can capitalize on it. I think red team is really going to be looking to try to get a pick here, either in the bottom lane or on the jungle, to give them an opening for this Dragon.
Definitely, and the one thing I think Vi's going to go ahead and try and pop it over and see. Let's see. It looks like they have a little bit more, I guess you would say, jungle presence down on the southern side. That bot side, yeah. So let's see.
Sejuani coming up for another gank in the top lane. Cho'Gath in trouble. He's got no flash. Tons of damage coming out, and he's going to go down to the Nico.
First
blood for the red team.
And you know Big Teddy's really happy about that one right now.
Oh, absolutely. And that, I don't know if it's the pick they want to go for Dragon, him being so far away, but it's definitely the pick that they needed for this Nico. Giving her a little bit of time to just free farm up here. And Nico, I believe, hitting 6 before the Cho'Gath. Yep. So she's got the level advantage. Now she's going to push out the minion advantage there, and it's going to be really, really hard for this Cho'Gath to fight Neeko from now on. If she can continue this advantage, they've essentially removed the threat of that Cho'Gath. He's kind of useless if he can't get big, and Neeko and Sejuani looked like they might have just sealed his fate.
Yeah, it's definitely looks like blue team's pushing back a little bit on top and trying to push him under tower. And we can see Pyke going back for that first buy and getting Tiamat. It's going to be a nice power increase for him.
Sejuani looks like she is now setting up Pink Ward on the dragon. Thought she was going to go start it.
And I don't know what happened with Hertz Donut right there, but he just got caught out for a bunch of skill shots. And it looks like he's going to get some health back though.
Vi getting spotted up in the top lane by a Pink Ward. Tries to go in and help out this floundering top lane, and looks like she's not going to get the pick that she wants. She might be rotating down here towards the mid lane now.
And they are just bullying right now on Cho'Gath.
Yeah, absolutely. They found their weak spot, and they're going to push that as far as they can. Vi getting a really deep ward,
and Pyke getting kind of close. Pyke's going to go for the hook, go ahead, and then Silas is going to come in right now as the bot lane tries to come over to help.
Dangerous move there by the Pyke. Sejuani, though, is going to take a lot of damage. And Pyke just now getting hit by some abilities. Gets another hook onto the Sejuani. And Vi comes in to secure the kill. Silas in a bad spot. Looks like they're going to disengage a little bit now.
Brawl up here.
Both teams going to disengage as they're getting close to the red team's tower, although definitely a really good pick for the blue team. They definitely wanted that to help secure some more control over the dragon. With Sejuani out of the picture for now, they have the opportunity either to go for dragon or to stall it out for a little while. Honestly, if I was blue team, I would back off and go take that Drake.
And you can see the ping right now. Red team's going to say that they are going to try and push in the spot tower and get a few plates right now. So they're
might see some bloodshed up in the top lane. Pyke goes in. Neeko pops the clone. She's going to dance around those abilities. Blow the ult on the Vi. It's going to hit her. She's stunned and goes down. Thanks to some lucky tower shots there. Sejuani back for her revenge, helping Silas pick up the double onto the Pyke and the Cho'Gath.
Now, my mouth is actually wide open right now. I did not expect that.
What a crazy play by the red team. Neeko there, almost in a really, really bad spot with the two-man gank coming up from the red side jungle, and then manages to turn it around. Gets the clone, some epic jukes. Blue team a little bit too aggressive there, taking some tower shots that they didn't need to, and it ends up turning in to a triple kill for the red team.
And that looks to be about a 3K advantage for red team. They're gonna get ahead and they're gonna start bullying very hard.
I'm honestly surprised that all of this action has been happening in the mid lane and up in the top lane. We still haven't seen any ganks or any kills here in the bottom lane so far.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be good. We see already Vi is kind of seeing that they're bullying Cho'Gath and just going up north, going up towards top lane and clearing a ward, coming back down to river. Looks like they're gonna try and find it on Silas.
They just might. Silas going back into the tower. Vi is gonna back off of that one. Just kidding. She's gonna pop the ult under the tower. She didn't learn from the first time. Sejuani coming in for the gank. Another double kill for the red team.
That was huge.
Absolutely. Blue team didn't learn from last time. Vi goes in again under the tower. Tries to pop the ult on the Silas. Sejuani again coming in. The Sejuani-Silas duo picking up another double in the mid lane.
And it looks like red team's going to try and set up for dragon. Sejuani telling Galio, no, we can take this right now. We just need to get it. And Silas is going to go ahead and start pushing in on that mid turret.
The blue team's bot lane definitely cannot fight this. With a jungler down and an injured Soraka, this is not the position they want to be in. Red team, uncontested dragon.
And Vi's just going to be 1 second too late right now. Red team will take that Cloud Dragon. I think one thing that's going to happen right now is Red Team is going to start playing super aggressive because essentially they can. I mean, they've got now a 5K gold lead over the Blue Team. So I think they're going to start playing super aggressive, and I think the best thing for the Blue Team might be to try and capitalize off that and make any mistakes. But Silas going to go in on the Pyke, but he's going to have to dash out. They're still going to fight it out, though. Looks like Pyke's going to have to back off from that one.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. This is exactly the kind of early game that the Red Team was looking for with their high damage, high mobility champions and the strong engage from the Sejuani. This is exactly how they want to play it, and they played it perfectly. Now with like you said, 5 kill advantage and 5K in the gold, they now have the opportunity to play this game the way they want. It's their game to lose at this point. Blue Team down, but not quite out. It's going to be hard for them to come back from this deficit, especially if they keep making the same mistakes. They keep trying to make these plays as if they're ahead, trying to tower dive, taking out the strong opponents, and Vi again gonna go down to the Silas, getting caught out here in the Dragon Pit, clearing up some wards.
And it looks like Silas is gonna chase down that Pyke, but right now Vi over there trying to take Rift Arrow by herself, but I don't think she's gonna be able to do it. She might be able to. I think she is going to pull this one out with the smite.
Maybe. It's close, but she's going to pick that one up. It's a little bit more exciting than it needed to be. And it looks like, once again, they're just going to keep bullying this top lane. Sejuani coming up here to pop the Rift Herald. Nico going to ult under the tower. Gets the stun, but she's going to take a couple tower shots. They're going to have to back off. Sejuani saving.
You can see Pyke right here going for the gank.
He smells the blood in the water. Nico, though, with the pink ward, manages to fake him out there. Red team's going to reset here on the top lane.
We got to fight it down bot lane, and it looks like Soraka might go down, but the red team is deciding to back off.
Soraka did have to blow her flash there. Again, like we saw with the Cho'Gath, that could be devastating for her, especially deciding to stay in this lane. Although she does have so many heals that she can sustain for quite a while.
But Silas is on the move right now, just maybe clearing vision, just looking around, seeing what's going on.
Gonna pick up that
off on Scuttle.
Gonna pick up that critical Scuttle Crab kill there. I mean, I know I kind of say it as a meme, but really, the teams that take the Scuttle Crabs are usually the ones that win the games. The first tower of the game going to the red team, thanks to Nico up in the top lane. Vi tries to come in to get a little bit of defense off and doesn't get there quite in time. So let's talk about the jungle play here. Speaking of jungle play, a gank in the bot lane. Just missed it. Sejuani is going to pick up the kill on the Soraka and summon the Rift Herald to try to take this injured tower.
And it looks like there's going to be a fight coming on up top side. Vi is going to try and go back in over here.
Nico's going to pop the ult in case Vi tries to do the same, but Pyke is going to come in and get the execute on the Nico. Didn't respect the potential of the Pyke.
Right now or get the kill, but Pyke's going to take it with the ult.
With the double. Definitely not respecting the potential from the Pyke there. He hasn't been a huge playmaker so far, but he also hasn't fallen behind. He is 90 CS to Silas's 130, 2-2-1, but he's not getting rolled right now. I mean, no, he's definitely still a threat, and red team didn't respect it, and it turned into a couple of kills.
It looked like Sejuani's going to go in on the Pyke. He's going to try and get away, and I think he's going to do just that.
While both teams start to reset here, let's talk about the jungle play from both of the teams. With Sejuani being such a huge impact and playmaker so far in the game, turning the tide of battle in the top lane, securing the first bottom lane kill of the game, and basically being there every time her team needs it. On the other side of the fence, we have Vi, who's gone in, tried to take care of the failing lanes. You know, she's been definitely aware of the objectives, but I'm not sure if it's wrong place, wrong time, or just bad decision making on the engagement.
If you look right now, it might be wrong place, wrong time. As they're going to go all in, and It looks like two different sides of focusing, but she's going to get the stun over on Vi, and it looks
Vi
like she might be taken
again
out.
caught out, gets dropped by the Sylas. Pyke, not enough damage to execute. Sylas takes the Pyke ultimate for the triple. Almost the quadra. Pyke is going to get away from his own execute.
Down right now, but
good lord. And there it is, the Sylas ultimate. The reason he is so dangerous, able to take these big playmaking ultimates from the playmakers on the other team and turn them against them.
Sylas and try and get him. I don't think it's going to be quick enough, though, as now red team's going to try and secure that dragon. I think they're going to get it, no question, really.
Absolutely.
Blue team can't do anything.
They're all just now getting out of base, and they're not even going to be able to make it to the dragon in time to fight it, even if they wanted to. Sylas also staying behind to try to stall the enemy team a little bit. Pick up some CS here in the mid lane, continue to push that CS advantage. And put another nail in the coffin of this blue team. Blue team is going to have to pull out something crazy to come back from this deficit. Almost a 10k difference in gold now for the red team.
And it looks like they're going to be taking this one away. Blue team's going to have to really play well. Yeah, that's Sylas, man. 7-1 right now. 7-1-1 with the 600 gold bounty.
I do think, though, that the KDAs here don't really tell the full story of this game. I mean, Sejuani, like we were talking about, has been such a huge playmaker. I think the reason she doesn't have more kills than she does is every time she goes in, Sylas is right there with her and just happens to get the killing blow. A lot of damage.
You can look at it, you can see
them.
Sejuani with all those assists right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can definitely tell she's been a dominant factor, and that is Rabadon on the Sylas been doing so well.
Speaking of dominant, again going in on the Vi, Nico, tons of damage.
Go ahead and take that from Vi, but they're going to chase down this Cho'Gath right now, get the stuns off. He's going to try to run, but I don't think he can get anywhere. He's too big. He can't run that fast, and they're going to secure that kill.
Nico gives 0 Fs about the Cho'Gath. Disregards his damage
fighting
completely.
Over here on 3 people. I'm gonna try and chase him down, and the Galio comes in.
They're gonna have to back off from this one. They don't have what it takes to fight him. Caitlyn getting a good stun there on the Sejuani, or else her life may have just ended.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Red team's gonna back off.
We were talking about this. Nico is taking the turret up top lane.
Now we're seeing Nico here really coming into her own as the split pusher.
And Pyke's being so aggressive right now, goes in on the Galio, but the Sejuani and the Simmer, the whole team is going to come try to take him down, but he's just too fast. But he is in the red jungle right now. He's in a bit of a predicament if they find him.
I don't know what he thinks he was doing trying to execute a Galio. I don't think you're going to get it on that much armor.
And you can see the pings coming out for Baron coming up in 13 seconds. It's definitely red team, but Pyke gonna get caught out again. Looks like he wasn't invisible enough. If they're just gonna take it.
This is, again, the positioning by the blue team has just been so off. If it's not Vi getting caught out somewhere, it's the Pyke or it's Cho'Gath.
And red team's gonna go ahead and, you know, we're seeing a very complicated strategy right here. You see they put two pink wards down, two pink wards just to maximize that vision on the Baron, make sure he doesn't go anywhere. As Vi and Cho'Gath are going to try and walk up and see if they can't maybe steal it, but it's going to be way too late right now. Vi's going to have to back off or get caught out right here.
Yeah, and this is just another thing that blue team doesn't need to happen for him. And blue team, really, they are in a deficit, but again, this game isn't over. They still have the potential to take these team fights. I mean, not now with the Baron buff, but even before that, if they would just group up as a team, not get caught out, and actually take these team fights, try to get some picks there with their assassins, they could turn this one around. But we're just seeing time and time again, someone getting caught out by the blue team, Vi or Pyke, someone being out of position, red team capitalizes on that, and once the damage is out of the way, blue team doesn't have anything to answer with.
And definitely, I think one of the big problems from this is I don't think they're respecting the Galio that much. Now, you know, he's got a global almost ult that he can just pop down anywhere, you know, to get there. And I think they're not respecting the map presence of the red team. No,
absolutely not. I mean, I get Galio's in a chicken suit, right? But that doesn't mean you can just walk all over him.
Cho'Gath looking here, trying to do something, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to say, no, we're taking these chickens. We're just going to put you in.
Blue team desperately trying to defend this mid lane as Nico again rolling down bottom lane for another split push. Caitlyn is going to have to come protect with Soraka. And that is going to leave a huge weakness in the mid lane if red team wants to take this fight.
And it looks like red team's just going to try and push this tower in.
They've got the numbers advantage in the mid lane. Nico is stalling out the bottom lane.
Going to go ahead and get the hook, and Sejuani's going to take some tower shots.
Down in the bottom lane, Nico gets one kill on Soraka, tries to get the flash ultimate on Caitlyn, taking a little bit too many tower shots, and she's going to go down to the Caitlyn there, but picks up a kill on the Soraka before she does so.
And Sejuani going to get caught out again to take some tower shots, but that doesn't matter because Silas is going to go ahead and get the kill, and Sejuani's going to follow it up, trying to get the pike.
So much damage from this Silas. He is absolutely unstoppable right now. And with the front line of the Galio and the Sejuani, they just can't do anything. They can't take these fights with such a strong front line. And when they get engaged on, they don't even have time to get out with the damage from the Silas.
That Silas damage, I don't know if you saw that. He pretty much 3/4 health to 0 pike. And I think it was one shot. That is insane. Yeah.
As if that damage isn't bad enough, then if you're someone like Pyke with that execute, he can take your ultimate, and that's GG. What are you going to do against that? Takes off 3/4 of your health with one ability, and then uses the Pyke ultimate to take out the rest of it. Absolutely stellar performance by the red team, just like we were saying. The huge all-in potential, bullying those lanes with the massive ganks from the Sejuani and the Silas. Absolutely running the board here for the red team. Blue team just did not have an answer for it.